So this week we've got the Ford Mustang, as you can see, the red one. This is the 2.3 litre EcoBoost convertible with an automatic gearbox.
Prices in this range from 700,000 for the basic fastback to just over 900,000 for the GT model. On test we have the 2.3 litre EcoBoost convertible in an automatic. So what have you thought about it?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing with the Mustang is the way it looks.
Looks in the Mustang is always
nothing
effectively the car.
Exactly.
Especially in a non-American market, let's be honest. Because over here in South Africa or in Europe, finding something that looks this distinctive muscle car design is almost unheard of.
Yeah.
So
basically,
yeah. Now that Ford started bringing Mustangs
to the rest of the world,
to the civilized world,
yes,
it's something hugely unique, and you almost doesn't have a competitor in this market. It's easy to argue that it doesn't have a competitor.
As I say, it looks great. I don't think there's an angle from which I don't like it. Even the convertible, and I'm not a convertible person.
This is going to sound fairly generic, but it's the front and the rear that really set it apart. It's but I mean the side profile there's nothing really going on there. If I'm honest, there's nothing that amazing to the profile of the car. It's things like these ridges on the bonnet, and of course the Mustang sign and the lights here. That everything is very angular on the car, and it gives it a super aggressive look and feel.
I think that's a good old muscle car sort of formula.
It's very brash and in your face, and I think it's going to win a lot of people over.
So the interior, I know you think it looks a bit cheap.
I find it it's not that I find it cheap, it's that I find it's like a Ford, which it is a Ford, but it's priced like a Mercedes. So for the same money you could get a C-Class or a 3 Series or something with all sorts of bells and whistles on it, and that would feel incredibly premium. This feels like a Ford Focus, and there's nothing wrong with a Ford Focus at its price level, but the plastics and the trim and things like that, their tactile touch feel look is not 700,000 Rand premium. I will say though, I do like the design of everything. The design I think is really nice. It's the more question of the materials that they've used.
Oh, okay.
But you're on the other side, I think.
Yeah, I'm perfectly happy, because to be honest, I don't really care how it feels that much. I mean, it's got these really cool switchgear things, which
toggle switches are really awesome.
They're amazing. The whole thing's supposed to look like an airplane or something, apparently.
I don't get the airplane thing.
It's probably only because it's got toggles and because they're at ground speed on the speedo.
Probably.
But I don't know. I like it. It's a nice place to sit. The seats are amazing.
The seats are incredibly comfortable.
Yeah.
Particularly the back seats. The back seats usually are a complete afterthought.
Yeah.
And okay, you don't have a huge amount of space. Don't put your 6'4" friend in the back. They're going to have a bad time. But the actual seats themselves hug you almost better than the front seats.
Yeah.
Like these are overall more comfy, but those I've yet to come across seats in the back of a 2+2 type car
or any 2+2.
Any 2+2 that has that level of comfort. We did a trip for about an hour, and people in the back were fine the whole time. No complaints, nothing like that. It was really excellent. I'll tell you what though, cruising around town in a Mustang gets you noticed way more than anything else.
Oh, by a long way.
I mean, you get people wave at you and all sorts here.
The only thing that can compete on a sort of closer level is perhaps the AMG GT, but that's actually quite a good car to drive as well.
That's a really good car to drive, but it's also almost triple the price.
Yeah.
So in terms, if you're looking for a car to be seen in or to have people notice you, there's nothing can touch this.
This is it,
Behind the wheel though,
it's a lot better than what people would expect from a Mustang. You know, everyone just thinks, oh, it's an American muscle car, so therefore it's going to handle badly. And it doesn't. I mean, it was largely engineered in Europe, Germany mainly. And accordingly, it does handle relatively well for something that is American.
And this brings us on to another point. This thing is so wide.
It's the widest car known to man.
It may be made in Germany, or not made in Germany. It may be designed in Europe.
Yeah.
But it's built like an American car.
No, definitely. This thing is as wide as a bus. It's ridiculous.
I'll be honest, the Mustang has won me over. When we started with the car, I thought, I don't get it.
When we first got this, you really didn't seem to like it at all.
I didn't like it at all.
Cheap looking, cheap feeling, let's say.
Yeah, I thought they were ripping you properly for it. And now I've done a complete 360. I've changed my mind. I'd have the fastback over the convertible. I understand the convertible, I get it, but the Mustang as a car, I would get one.